Hi guys, Jimmy Stegall from Here to Serve Dental. I'm really excited about my partnership with DESS. Honestly, I had an opinion of DESS that it was just a low-cost aftermarket company, but I was fortunate enough to visit their facility in Barcelona recently, and I have a whole different opinion now. I left leaving with a whole different opinion. Not only are these guys using the pretty much ultimate in technology to mill all their componentry, but one of the things that I noticed that they really are inspecting things. It must have been 8 different QC steps along the way for every component they make. And so they're ensuring through QC efforts, of course they have all the FDA clearance and all that's great. So I'm going to do a series on some of the things I've learned and some of the parts and pieces that I'm really fond of. And we're going to start today with the scan post. DESS has gone to the trouble in their digital libraries to actually convert all that data from any scan post, meaning that a doctor can use any scan post he has, right? Whether it's a OEM from one of the main manufacturers or a third party. And most every scan post that I could think of has been not only analyzed by DESS, but entered into their libraries, meaning that a doctor can use any scan post they want. Right? And they can send the data to the lab, and the lab can use that if they have the DESS libraries to order any of the DESS components. So if you want to do, a multi-unit, a tie base, or whatever, and the doctor uses a Nobel scan post, you're able to do that because of all their work with libraries. But scan posts can be challenging at times with all the different things that we don't like about certain scan posts. So DESS has their own scan posts that I really do like, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about why. Right? So first and foremost, their scan post is titanium, not PEEK, right? So that means durability, that means accuracy, right? It means that we can clean it a lot more. And so I really like the aspect that we're not using PEEK plastic here, right? It has a zirconium nitride coating, right? For a couple of reasons, right? It's scannable, really scannable, but it also creates scratch resistance and durability. And I really like the color. So other things, right? It's the same post, whether we're doing it in a model and an analog or we're using it intraorally. So easy scanning, durability, right? Cleansability, right? Multi-use. They have it for every major platform and component. So easy scanning, durability, right? Cleansability, right? Multi-use. They have it for every major platform and component. A cool aspect of the scan post is that no tool is needed, right? The screw, we just finger tighten. So the screw, there's no top in this thing, right? So I don't have to put a screw in it, which means, that's easy, right? I don't need a tool. But secondly, when we go to scan this thing, there's no hole there. And if there's no hole there, right, that means I can't mess up the scan, right? Because a lot of times a scan will see a hole and get really, really confused, right? So the second thing about the screw is when you put the screw in and you start turning it, right, you start to feel it hit the bottom out, right? It goes a little bit longer and the screw actually has a very noticeable click that tells you that it's fully seated, right? You can feel it, you can hear it, right? So that's a pretty cool aspect of the screw. The last aspect of the screw that holds the scan post in that I like is the fact that the screw can totally separate from the body, right? So we want to throw this thing in the steamer to clean it, right? We can totally separate it to make sure all the bacteria and stuff out of the middle of the post is out there. So I really do like that aspect. Now, the last thing about the scan post, right, is this physical shape. It's the ideal shape for scanning, right? There's flats, there's rounded corner, there's sort of a conversion between that flat and that rounded corner, and it's very high up on the scan post, meaning that it's going to be easier to capture if there's tissue or other teeth in the way. Every scan post comes with a carrier. So now it's easy to place in the mouth, right? So when we go to place this thing in the mouth, it's just a simple, with our fingers, tighten that thing down, right? I really love that aspect of it. And then it just snaps off, right? We're ready to go. And then we tighten it with our fingers, and then we can start scanning. So it's an easy delivery, easy scan post, right, to scan, and easy to clean. The last little cool thing that they have for these scan posts that I really like, right, for a deep placement, right? Let's just say this thing was 6 millimeters below the tissue, and our scanner's not seeing all the features of the scan post. What do? Well, they've added a scan extender, right? And this thing just snaps right on. Right? And now we've gained at least 6 or 8 more millimeters to come up out of that tissue. So the DESS scan post right there. Easy to use, easy to clean, lots of cool features, made out of titanium. There's not a lot of reasons not to like this thing. I think the last thing I like most about the DESS scan post is very affordable. So in relation to all those scan posts on the market, it is a very affordable scan post. Order it online, easy. Order it from Zon, easy, right? It's a great product. So we'll talk about some of the other products as we move along in other videos, but I wanted to share that with you as a starting point with my relationship with that. So thanks for hanging out with me, guys.